This week in Hypixel Skyblock, a few things happened, and in this video I'll be covering most of them. Also, making this news vid was really difficult, as I literally had to wait for an hour to get into alpha multiple times. So if you want to make my life easier, please sub, cause if I can reach 30k, I'll be able to bypass the queue. I'll also be doing a Terminator giveaway at 30k. I want every single one of you watching to hit the sub button, cause we only have slightly more than a month before April 14th, please. The alpha server was recently opened and the admins have added a bunch of things. Firstly, they added this new primal dragon armor, and here's everything you need to know about it. The stats on this armor look kinda average, but it's the ability that makes it insane. This armor set will get buffed based on how many dragons you've killed, and once you've farmed 10,000 dragons, it will get buffed by 100%, meaning all stats on this armor piece will be doubled, and that includes reforges, meaning every other armor set will literally be worthless compared to primal dragon armor, apart from infernal crimson cause swipe. There's also the fact that this armor set can be dungeonized, meaning you can literally throw Necron in the trash, cause primal dragon armor absolutely clowns on it. Not only that, primal dragon armor also gives a decent amount of EHP, making it even better than Golder, and it also has magic find as a base stat, so you literally have the best purse armor, best archer armor, best tank armor, the best armor for magic find, and possibly the best LCM armor in the same package. It will get nerfed though. Also, a funny thing I found on the subreddit, it turns out the admins actually attempted a nerf. They increased the combat level requirement from 22 to 26 and reduced the defense by 10. Next, we have the Blade of Dragonfire, which is basically an upgraded aspect of the dragons. And honestly, it's kinda mid. It is literally worse than a 5 million coin giant cleaver. But maybe you could use the Dragon Fuse glove and the E-Drag pet to buff it. And yeah, turns out they do buff it, making it a pretty decent budget setup. But unless it's easy to get, it's not gonna be worth it. And yeah, I just checked and it seems you drop it from the primal dragon. So yeah, it's not worth it at all. They also added this new item called the portable washer. This is clearly the admins telling Skyblock players to wash themselves. But basically it removes all the sprayonator effects from your garden. Why would you want that? You can also reset puzzles now, so if you somehow fail your puzzles, even though solvers exist, you can use the architect's first draft to reset your failed puzzle. Now, I honestly thought it would reset puzzles like the Buaks and stuff, but turns out it can literally save failed runs. Like here, I'm using this item to give my friends a heart attack. Speaking of dungeons, the admins finally care about secrets, as they've added the General's Medallion, which allows you to get bonus stats based on how many secrets you have. The max is 7% for 7 digits in your secret counter. So yeah, a step into the right direction in my opinion. Next, we've got the Awakened Summoning Eye, which unlike the regular Summoning Eye, spawns multiple dragons and has a chance to spawn the Primal Dragon. Now, to craft it, you'll need 5 Summoning Eyes and 4 Null Ovoids. Now, from what I've seen, you can either spawn 3 dragons from the Black Egg or spawn 2 Primal Dragons from the Golden Egg. Also, it seems Primal Dragons have a lot of HP. Here, this guy had already dealt over 90 million damage, but the dragons were literally at half HP. Also, according to some sources, the dragons have a billion HP, and based on this screenshot, I kinda believe them. Also, based on the current prices, spawning a primal dragon will cost about 13.7 mil per eye, meaning that's around 110 mil for 8 of them. Also, there's only a 3% chance to spawn them, so that's over 3.6 billion coins. But you can probably spawn 2 of them, meaning that's 1.8 billion coins per dragon. Now, from what I remember, 2 players placing 4 eyes is the meta, so that's 900 mil per dragon. Yeah, that's expensive. Now a bunch of pets have been buffed. Like the ghoul pet now gives vitality as a base stat. It also gives 50% more combat XP against zombies. It also increases the number of summons by 2 and reduces their cost and increases the damage output. The giraffe pet now has +1 swing range. It also gives 100% more melee damage if you're further than 3 blocks from your target. It also buffs your stats based on your swing range. The hound pet now gives more attack speed and has a higher chance to drop armor. It also gives more combat XP against wolves. The megalodon pet has been nerfed, as it now gives additive 150% instead of multiplicative 25% damage boost. But it is technically now the best pet for magic find, as its base stats will get doubled during a fishing festival. Also, the zombie pet's buff is now additive and it gives a larger boost to undead armor. Next, we've got really sad news. One of the most beloved Skyblock admins, Minikloon, has decided to move on from Hypixel. Now, he hasn't clarified why he decided to leave, but just like Dew says, it was probably cause he found a better opportunity. So yeah, I hope he's doing well. If you're